You're still quite good at this.
I don't know where it comes from. Just second frame, I mean, I missed that simple blue, the simple green. I put myself under so much pressure because I could tell from Joe's cueing he hadn't practiced a lot and he's well out of form. And then I put...
Brutal, brutal.
No.
Good job they're such good mates.
No, seriously, we know how great a player Joe is. And, yeah, I mean, he's retired, same as I have from the main tour. But I put myself under a lot of pressure after making those mistakes in the second frame. He levelled up at 1-1. I remember just sitting in my chair trying to compose myself, thinking, yeah, I'm so nervous. I really, really was. And Joe, as he said by his own admission, did make some mistakes and gave me some golden opportunities. And I had a good run of the ball. I can't deny it. But
back-to-back breaks, every time you were at the table, it looked like you were going to do it in a single visit. I know you have just retired from the professional tour, but that must be amongst the best snooker you've put together in a single session for quite a while. Yeah, do you know, I did something on the practice table yesterday I've never achieved before here at Crucible. I made 4 centuries in a row against practicing Wayne Townsend, who'll be in action later on, and I've only ever done that 3 or 4 times in my whole life. And, you know, when I think of some of these great players that we witnessed today, you know, your Sean Murphys and your Ronnies and Judds and people, I mean, what they're capable of on the practice table, you would not believe. Consecutive maximums, 8 or 9 centuries in 10 frames. Honestly, those guys are the real stars. But it's great to just knock in a few breaks and, you know, show that there's something left there. Does it? Yeah, I think they appreciated it. Does it at all make you think twice about the fact that you might have retired too early, or are you still very comfortable with your decision?
Oh, I've never been so happy in my life. I can enjoy my runs and walks in the Cotswolds. You know, there's a lot of pressure preparing for every event, and at the age of 53, with 20 ranking events, when you have to qualify one place to win and then go somewhere else to play the same tournament, it's a lot for 53-year-olds. You know, it's so full on. It's for the youngsters now. But I've got to say, if I may, I've got to say a huge thank you for Jason Francis and all the backroom staff that make these events possible. It's a great privilege to play before you in front of such a big audience on television, Channel 5. And, you know, to still knock in breaks and play in this one-table format. And, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to thank Rob Walker. What an MC he's been for snooker. We're lucky to have him.
That's very kind of you to say that. Now, back on to you. It's been my privilege to work here for 18 years. I've seen all sorts in walk-ons, but that outfit at the start of the match was something else. By the way, we should clarify the fur was fake. He's raided the costume department. Here we are, a working theatre at the Crucible. Presumably, a tip of the hat to the late, great Alex Higgins.
Absolutely. What an influence Alex Hurricane Higgins was on my career as a youngster growing up. I couldn't wait to watch him when I was 8 or 9 years old on television. You never knew what you were going to see from Alex. You know, arguments or a century break and brilliance and mediocrity. He had everything. He was just a fantastic player, and he influenced so many players. Jimmy White as well, you know, who's been here. And, you know, players like that have made this game so popular, haven't they? And we owe a lot to those guys.
We certainly do. So will you be donning the same outfit for the semis? Because you've got to come back tomorrow, having played like that. Semi-final Saturday awaits you.
Semi-final Saturday. I don't think I want to wear that imitation fur coat, because I'll tell you something, there was more dust in that than there was on my treadmill.
He'll be doing stand-up this time next year. Ladies and gentlemen, Dominic Dale is through to the semis.
Sit down, because I'm getting on a bit now.
Very, very entertaining. Dominic Dale has won through to the semi-finals of this year's Seniors Snooker World Championship. And in some style. If you make the entrance Dominic did, you need to back it up. He did just that. Very impressive performance. And he'll be back at the table tomorrow to play for a place in Sunday's final. Joe Perry bows out. Great entertainment. More from Dominic Dale after this short break.